I don't know what the solution is.
There's two options. Was that there's one country. Yeah, but this is like
it's like an eons old ethnic conflict, and it's like, hey, guy from Missouri, what do you think? And it's I think we got enough problems in America. I want nothing to do with them. I care as much about Israel as I care about Ukraine or Palestine or Russia. Like they are not relevant to me in my tons. Not at all.
But you have
Russia's hugely relevant to me. Other than watching Ovechkin chase that goal record, I don't give a fuck about Russia.
Would you? You don't want any involvement with any country? You have bases really all over the world.
Yeah, I don't think that's ideal. I think that spreads us very thin, and that we have a lot of issues that need handling on the home front.
How does
involving us in another war?
They're aircraft bases, right? Like we don't fight wars with like bunches of troops. You know,
we have tons of bases all over the world.
Yeah, I think they were talking about.
You ever see that picture of Iran and how many bases we have completely surrounding those motherfuckers?
Then we're like, why do they dislike us? It's like, yeah,
because we keep them under our thumb where they fucking belong, Taylor. I'm tired of these Gen Z Americans who don't realize that we're the winners. You didn't live through the 90s. This is what we fucking do. They taught us two things in school: World War II and America's a winner. All right, that's what we do. We kill people, we blow shit up, and we sell our weapons to other people. That's what we do here. If this was Hunger Games, we'd be the state that makes all the bombs. That's what we're about. We're good at it. We're the best at it. We're better at it than anyone in the universe has ever been, as far as we know.
For now, this isn't going to last.
Here's a question about this Palestinian thing. Do you think if they stop bombing now, all those the 1.9 million people who are left are going to be like, whew, glad the Jews left us alone. Let's forgive and forget, guys? Forgive and forget, right? No. Everyone they kill is another one they won't have to kill in 10 years. That's
just where American military bases are.
Oh, God, it's beautiful.
I don't even know what some of those islands
We need more
are.
in Russia and China.
Yeah, I know. They're just like floating in the middle, like that one under India. What's even there, and why do you need to be there?
Okay, let's get real here. We can save a lot of money pulling stuff out of South America. Who cares what's going on down there? Central America, same thing. Who cares? Southeast Asia? What are we doing in the Philippines?
Central
and Indonesia?
America?
I don't care. Africa?
Southeast Asia.
Central America?
Africa? Who cares about Africa?
You need that Central America, though.
No. Well, what are we doing?
You're going to have like a Canada to the south. You're going to have people like from other countries.
Damn, do we not have... I don't think we have any in Mexico. Doesn't look like we have any Mexican bases. Maybe like Guatemala down there.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Well, I was going to say that the thing is like
we got too many.
If we were talking about one thing and then it went to something else, like Canada sends money to Ukraine and to Gaza for aid, and the money gets sent out, and the houses are so expensive here. There's a million problems to solve at home,
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously just very important to your country to be everywhere. That's just something that the U.S. has done from the beginning. It's from the beginning. I mean, post World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
we've been running shit.
I don't think that's ideal. I think you overextend and you start spending money in ways that isn't beneficial to the people at home, and the people at home start to feel like, hey, this government isn't even representing me. What the hell? I don't have healthcare. I don't have this and that.
We traded healthcare for a military. What's that policy called? So that we get.
You did it though. You have the money. You have the money for both, by the way. It's not one or the other.
Your thought is.
Oh, it was that policy about being able to fight, two wars essentially on opposite sides of the globe.
I have heard it. I don't know. There's a name for it, huh?
Since World War II.
War on two fronts.
Not just two fronts, but being able to fight a war in Europe and Asia, for example, like we did in World War II.
Well, I don't think there's a big war is going to break out in like Asia, right?
Yeah,
that's Taiwan. Exactly where the big war is coming.
Yeah, there's a huge.
That's where the main war is coming.
USA and China, like, are the fact that they had discussions recently were pretty chill discussions, kind of low key, and even Biden calling him a dictator and saying it's a dictatorship is kind of low key chill. Rolling out the red carpet for him, and having the streets cleaned up because he's coming to visit was so crazy and bizarre, because the streets have always been crazy and bizarre. And what's crazy and bizarre is also so many people it's not a whataboutism thing. Like Israel, I'm not backing the politics of Israel, But in terms of Muslims and genocide, the Uyghur numbers in China, they're taking people from their families in the middle of the night and they're putting them in prison.
They're Uyghurs.
Re-educations, right? Uyghur. We could be Uyghur, yeah. But
I prefer it my way.
The Uyghur Muslims.
Yeah, no, it's for real. And I'm like,
they're all wearing jean code jeans.
There's crazy stuff.
It's just J-Rock from Trailer Park.
There's crazy stuff going on there, and no one is protesting that. It's just there's like such a crazy attachment to this Israel-Palestine thing. There's a crazy attachment because what's crazy about it is, like, for example, Taylor, like, you don't care. But even though you don't care, it comes up like crazy because they report on this shit a million times more than they do on every other war.
And they ask
like
about
everything else going on right now.
24/7.
There's a couple of genocides going on right now, and this one is focused on the most. There's something about it that's extremely compelling and clickable. Maybe it's the color of the people's skins. Maybe it's the location. Maybe, maybe it's the Jews. But there's a lot to it that is, for some reason, way more. But I mean, if you don't care, really, ultimately, it's just another war, dude. It's just another one. It's not particularly extra crazy. It's just fucked up humans Taylor. Being fucked up people and doing fucked up shit. And that's...
Yeah, there's always going to be people futzing around doing horrific atrocities all over the world, and we can't stop all of it.
You and I have very different versions of futzing around.
These no good nicks are getting involved.
There's always going to be people futzing around. I picture them like looking at their feet, walking through Central Park.
they're kicking rocks with their hands in their pockets. That's what they're doing, futzing around, not bombing the shit out of
tree
people
in the park. Just really wasting time.
And when we're eventually supposed to support a war against China for fucking Taiwan or something,
they're ready to go.
I
right
don't
there
care
with
about Taiwan either. Let's take care of our stuff now. Let's take care of stuff in America. How
what would
about
your top priority be, Taylor?
For America?
What would your top priority be here in America?
For all the unemployed infantrymen that you're wanting to fire.
It would be healthcare, securing our borders, taking care of American veterans, actual money going to Americans.
No, but you could do that. You have that money. It's not like a this or that. Like, you could do all those things.
We should do those things, but
I agree with you.
We can't overextend ourselves with forever wars all across the globe, because that doesn't benefit Americans. It costs us money, and then we have to fund them.
Well, the benefit is that your government isn't going to choose to send you to war because you have other countries fighting your wars for you.
That's how winners get things done.
Like, you don't have to go sign up to go fight something because you're sending guns and ammunition and all that to that country to defend itself.
The Army missed their recruitment numbers by a significant margin. They have been for a while.
Yeah.
They went.
Why would you want to join the fucking military at this point?
Not only that, there's a really extra ugly aspect.
Oh, but wait, that's free anyway, I guess. So
it's because unemployment is so low.
No. Also,
Army recruiting is easier when unemployment isn't record low.
And what they did was the Army, what's it called when you let them go when they're just discharged people that didn't want to get vaccines. And those people have gotten letters from the U.S. Army now being like, hey, sorry. So it turns out that was like some weird mumbo jumbo, whatever, new president, whatever. We want you to join the Army. So you're back in the Army if you want it. No pressure. We're sorry about the vaccine thing. So they're doing that because the recruitment was so low. And that's the type of stuff where, once again, I said I love the USA. I love Canada. I don't like when people disrespect it. But once again, they're fucking liars too. Like, what a clown show to discharge people.
That's all. And I agree with you for mandating vaccines, but Biden let them back in. I wouldn't have believed you, but here we are.
This whole thing.
Did they kick him out while Trump was still doing his thing?
I know, because a friend of mine was in that position. He was leaving anyway, but that's why.
Well, I'm not disputing it. I buy it. Yeah.
No,
Trump was the one out there who's like, you got to get the vaccine. It's the best vaccine. Warp speed, people. The absolute vaccine never brought democracy.
That was such a kickback. That might be Trump's greatest accomplishment. Like he probably saved tens of thousands of Americans.
No, his greatest accomplishment was humiliating all of those fucking goobers on the stage in the debates in 2015. That,
but I mean, as a president,
that will always be his golden moments for me.
But I don't think the first vaccine was from Project Warp Speed. I think that was second and third or something.
Wasn't really? Well, that's upsetting. How could that be? How did they beat Project Warp Speed?
Yeah.
Let me fact check myself.
The lying Democrats are coming to you with Operation Super.
You want to take it away from me? Want to take it away?
Yeah, that's trying to take away my credit for the Warp Speed vaccine.
If he comes out and he doesn't misremember things, he doesn't call St. Louis fucking Atlanta or some shit during when he's on the big stage, because nobody's covering him. That's the thing about his little flubs right now. Camera's really on him. He has his Fox News will go on there. I don't know where I watch it. I think I watch his rallies on YouTube. I'll tune in for 10 minutes. Kind of take the temperature of his mental capacity to make sure, because look, he's my guy. He's that funny, witty guy who makes fun of people and bullies people. Mm-hmm. I can't have him slipping.
You're talking about Trump?
Yeah. We need him all there for bullying Nikki Haley, that dummy.
He was on the
ugly bitch.
Took the stand. He took the stand today, and he had apparently had a piece of paper in his coat pocket, and he kept pulling it out and playing with it, and the judge was like, "Stop doing that." And then he pulled it out and he was like, "It's a paper. I would like to read this." And the judge was like, "No, it's not the time for that right now." And because he's Trump and he doesn't take no for a fucking answer, fucking get the sale done, he was like, "No, I think it would be it would be good for me, and none of this would be important, and I would be cleared of everything if I were just allowed to read this paper." And he was
Why wasn't he allowed to read it?
Because there's proper order of things done in court, I guess.
No,
and
that's
also
gay.
the judge can run his court however he wants. I
don't like that rule. I think judges, you can't make them little mini kings. They gotta have some rules. Put them back in wigs so people know to bully them. Knock them down a peg. Knock all the judges down a peg. Even the Supreme Court. Those fucking bitches sitting up there in their ivory towers, writing opinions every once in a while,
banging their fucking silly hammer. It's a hammer, buddy. I don't care what you call it. It's a hammer. Yeah.